It's time for the Commissioner's Corner, an exclusive weekly conversation about Indiana high school sports with the Commissioner of the IHSAA, Paul Neidig. Now for an up-to-the-minute report about what's happening in the constantly changing world of high school sports, here's Commissioner Paul Neidig.
Welcome into our weekly conversation with the Commissioner. It's the Commissioner's Corner. I'm Brendan King with the Commissioner of the IHSAA, Paul Neidig. Paul, just talking off the air about the girls volleyball state finals this past weekend over at Gainbridge Fieldhouse. Well attended, great games played. You were there. What's your reflection on the girls volleyball state finals in downtown Indianapolis and the experience that everybody got to have?
Well, I think first of all, our Gainbridge Fieldhouse has been billed as the greatest field house in the country, and I think it actually one more time lived up to that billing. And it's not just a basketball event or a concert event. I mean, this is their second event with volleyball there, and they transitioned that facility into an incredible volleyball atmosphere. Couldn't be happier with the way it turned out. And we crowned 4 champions. We had incredible attendance. We were almost 6,500 on the day, which is a really good number. We hope to continue to grow that.
Now, it's always busy season at the IHSAA, but especially now as we're in this month of November with things transitioning from the volleyball state finals into girls and boys basketball, both getting underway soon. We'll talk about that shortly, Paul, but of course the regional round of this year's IHSAA football state tournament coming up this Friday, and that of course will lead to semi-state, and we're just a couple weeks away from crowning state champions over at Lucas Oil Stadium. You know, it's official, as we talked about a couple weeks ago. Miles McLaughlin from Knox is the state's new all-time leading rusher, passing Charlie Spiegel's mark from New Palestine. And Knox and Miles McLaughlin are going to play for a chance this Friday to get to the semi-state round. You know, we talked about this a few weeks ago too, Paul, about the Indiana athlete and how it continues to grow and make landmarks in this country. What can you say about it? Because it almost looked like at times Charlie Spiegel's record was going to stand the test of time until Miles McLaughlin came in. So what's your reaction to that happening and just the strength of the Indiana athlete continuing to show that they can break records?
Well, you love it when a community, a student, a kid that is part of a community has an opportunity to advance to the big stage, and this is the big stage. When Derrick Henry mentions you in one of his podcasts, I think you've made it, and so it's incredible. But, we have kids across the board that compete at a very, very high level on the national scene. Indiana is just a special place to grow up and participate in an education-based athletic system. The story is being captured. We talked a little bit today in the office about, when Damon Bailey captured Indiana, and then Romeo Langford, and there's Charlie Spiegel did for his time. And this young man has got his time on the big stage and has captured the attention of the state of Indiana. It's just so special that matters here in Indiana, because it doesn't everywhere.
It's incredible. Paul Neidig, the Commissioner of the IHSAA, with us on the Commissioner's Corner. I'm Brendan King. Paul, as we talked about, girls basketball games are underway. The first practice for boys basketball was held just a few days ago prior to us talking on this podcast and this section of the Commissioner's Corner, and the first games will be played on November 24th. So just as you get set for the high school basketball seasons, girls and boys, anything on your mind as you're heading into, whether that's rules, regulations, or just what you're looking forward to this year?
Well, I look forward to, it's that time that we need to move indoors. We're certainly going to have incredible weather for the football this weekend, but the snow hit this past week, which signals it's time to go inside. And with our swimmers and with our wrestling, boys and girls, and boys and girls basketball, it's time to enjoy those other facilities and go in where it's warm. And again, no matter what we participate in, it's one thing that just I enjoy is watching kids who are part of the fabric of a community, in most cases grow up in those communities and have an opportunity to put that uniform on and showcase their particular time, because it doesn't last forever, but it's such a formative position or formative place in kids' life that they learn so many lessons that allow them to grow and contribute back to their communities. And so for me, it's the same every time we go somewhere. It's that opportunity for kids to participate with their school uniform on.
Paul, appreciate the time as always, and we'll talk to you next week.
We'll talk to you next week.
Thanks for listening to The Commissioner's Corner with IHSAA Commissioner Paul Neidig, and thank you for your continued support of the high schools in your community.
Ava, let's go.
Try it on.
The shortest distance between two people is a smile. That's why we're committed to fighting hunger in our communities until everyone has a reason to smile. Strack and Van Til, where making life easier starts with a smile.
Hi, I'm Crowd Company's Lantern Man. If you're a contractor, it's my job to make your insurance coverage simple and affordable. Because I know time is money, I'll come to your business. Certificates and bonds are a snap. Wherever you are, whatever business you're in, we've got you covered. As Crowd Company's Lantern Man, I'm your insurance superhero.
Crowd Companies, insurance professionals. Highland, Merrillville, and Michigan City.
Thinking about what to do after high school? Consider a career with Boilermakers Local 374. As a Boilermaker apprentice, you'll earn while you learn. We offer excellent wages and benefits, and as part of our no-cost hands-on apprenticeship program, you'll learn from the best in state-of-the-art training centers and on the job. Become a union Boilermaker and get on your way to a great career. Find out more, visit www.local374.org or call 219-845-1000.
IBEW Local 697 isn't just wiring buildings. We're woven into the very fabric of Northwest Indiana. We're your neighbors. Our kids go to school with yours. We stand in the same bleachers cheering for the same high school teams. When you hire a union electrician, you're not just getting the highest quality work. You're supporting our community. IBEW Local 697, proudly powering our own.
Four Seasons Mechanical proudly serves Northwest Indiana, providing quality, reasonably priced, reliable service. With a quality and comfort guarantee, the professionals at Four Seasons Mechanical offer a wide range of services in heating, ventilation, and air conditioning. Whether it's residential or commercial, Four Seasons Mechanical is there 24/7. To find out more, the website is fourseasonsmechanical.com or give them a call at 219-756-7020. Four Seasons Mechanical, your indoor air quality specialist.
Can't wait for summer, but dreading the heat because your old AC let you down? Don't sweat it out this summer. Call Economy Electric Heating and Cooling. The professionals there can fix you up. Install a central air unit that'll last for years. Your family deserves to stay comfortable. And with a 24/7 emergency service, comfort is just a phone call away. Give them a call at 219-923-4441 or check them out on the web at 4ajobdoneright.com.
Check 1 2. Check 1. Still nothing.
Ava, let's go.
Try it on.
The shortest distance between two people is a smile. That's why we're committed to fighting hunger in our communities until everyone has a reason to smile. Strack and Van Til, where making life easier starts with a smile.
Hi, I'm Crowd Company's Lantern Man. If you're a contractor, it's my job to make your insurance coverage simple and affordable. Because I know time is money, I'll come to your business. Certificates and bonds are a snap. Wherever you are, whatever business you're in, we've got you covered. As Crowd Company's Lantern Man, I'm your insurance superhero.
Crowd Companies, insurance professionals. Highland, Merrillville, and Michigan City.
Thinking about what to do after high school? Consider a career with Boilermakers Local 374. As a Boilermaker apprentice, you'll earn while you learn. We offer excellent wages and benefits, and as part of our no-cost hands-on apprenticeship program, you'll learn from the best in state-of-the-art training centers and on the job. Become a union Boilermaker and get on your way to a great career. Find out more, visit www.local374.org or call 219-845-1000.
IBEW Local 697 isn't just wiring buildings. We're woven into the very fabric of Northwest Indiana. We're your neighbors. Our kids go to school with yours. We stand in the same bleachers cheering for the same high school teams. When you hire a union electrician, You're not just getting the highest quality work, you're supporting our community. IBEW Local 697, proudly powering our own.
Four Seasons Mechanical proudly serves Northwest Indiana, providing quality, reasonably priced, reliable service. With a quality and comfort guarantee, the professionals at Four Seasons Mechanical offer a wide range of services in heating, ventilation, and air conditioning. Whether it's residential or commercial, Four Seasons Mechanical is there 24/7. To find out more, the website is fourseasonsmechanical.com or give them a call at 219-756-7020. Four Seasons Mechanical, your indoor air quality specialists.
Can't wait for summer, but dreading the heat because your old AC let you down? Don't sweat it out this summer. Call Economy Electric Heating and Cooling. The professionals there can fix you up. Install a central air unit that'll last for years. Your family deserves to stay comfortable. And with a 24/7 emergency service, comfort is just a phone call away. Give them a call at 219-923-4441 or check them out on the web at 4ajobdoneright.com.
Where's my other...
Ava, let's go.
Try it on.
The shortest distance between two people is a smile. That's why we're committed to fighting hunger in our communities until everyone has a reason to smile. Stratton Van Til, where making life easier starts with a smile.
And good evening, everybody. Thank you for joining us, and welcome to Game Night in the Region on the Region Sports Network. We come to you tonight from Portage High School as the Region Sports Network presents live video coverage of Indiana High School girls basketball as the Portage Indians take on the Hanover Central Wildcats. Michael Brenner here in Portage along with the one and thankfully the only Jay
You got
Simmons.
it. Hey, baby, I'm fired up. It's basketball season. It's time to get excited. We've got a long winter coming up. We're going to be here a lot at Portage. We're going to be covering all of Northwest Indiana basketball, whether it's boys or girls. It's going to be a great season, Michael, and welcome to it.
I'm excited. My basketball season got kicked off a little while ago. Last night, first game for middle school games.
All right.
Now I'm ready for girls basketball here, so it's going to be a fun adventure here. Proud to be partnered with Portage High School as well to bring you a lot of games here from Portage High School, and we got our first one on the tilt, and it's going to be Portage and Hanover Central, so a little NCC versus DAC matchup. We had a pretty good JV game here just a moment ago. It was a 5-point game. It was getting down to the wire. That's why we're coming on a little bit late, because that game was just going wire to wire a little bit. But this one should be fun for the Portage Indians. A lot of this is going to be run through Mariah Collins. Mariah Collins. I'm going to have you kind of go through those numbers for the Portage Indians here. That's this one right here, my friend.
I got it written down.
All right.
It written down. Yeah, you got Mariah Collins averaging 16 points in the early season. As you come into tonight's game, Portage is 1-1. They are won against Bowman Academy 48-8, and then a very tight loss to Andrean 47-41. But Mariah really sets this team as they go in the early season here. And you've got Rich Davis in his first year here at Portage. He's looking to turn the program around, and he's his overall career. He's 8-18 in his second year of coaching. So he's a young but experienced coach, and he's looking to turn this program around. And I think he's going to take some baby steps as the season progresses, and it's going to be fun to see them as they progress into the Doolin Conference.
Yeah, Doolin Conference always a grind for sure, and for Hanover, that'll be a grind in the NCC as well. You can't say they're new members at this point anymore, but they're probably the newest members if you want to go with that, and they are led by Sienna Stilley as well, number 32 for the Hanover Wildcats. So it'll be fun to watch what they have to do as well out there. You got Coach Larry Govert in his fourth year here at Hanover, so that a little bit of that experience there, his sixth year overall. So bringing a little bit, just a slight bit more experience than Rich Davis. So this will be a fun contest between the two coaches as well.
Yeah, it is. You got, like you said, Coach Govert, 46-29. and he's looking at an 0-2 start. You know, he played a couple tough ones, lost 55-34 Wheeler on the 11th, and then back on the 5th on the official start of girls basketball, lost 45-38 to Washington Township. So he's got his work cut out. He's moving up a class here, so he's got his work cut out for him tonight.
Yeah, and then right behind Sienna Steele at 11 points a game, you've got Simone Parker as well, who is right behind her with 9 points a game. So when you have two players that are kind of near, and obviously it's early in the season,
yes,
only 2 games, and this is game number 3 of the year. But when you have players that are, you know, in that near that double-digit mark, that bodes well.
That's right, you know, and then that means Portage cannot isolate on one particular player and then shut them down because they've got a plan. Got plan 1A and 1B, so you've got some moving parts right there. It's going to be a fun one.
All right, we're going to step aside for just a moment. When we come back, we'll have the opening tip-off and the starting lineups for you here on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
Ava, let's go.
Try it on.
The shortest distance between two people is a smile. That's why we're committed to fighting hunger in our communities until everyone has a reason to smile. Stratton Van Til, where making life easier starts with a smile.
Hi, I'm Crowell Company's Lantern Man. If you're a contractor, it's my job to make your insurance coverage simple and affordable. Because I know time is money, I'll come to your business. Certificates and bonds are a snap. Wherever you are, whatever business you're in, we've got you covered. As Crowell Company's Lantern Man, I'm your insurance superhero.
Crowell Companies, insurance professionals. Highland, Merrillville, and Michigan City.
If you are injured in a worksite accident or hurt by a defective product, go with the guy that has a proven track record litigating these cases. Otto Schragle, a principal partner at the Allen Law Group, will make sure those responsible for hurting you are held to account for their negligence. With multiple offices in Indiana and Illinois, you could reach them at 219-465-6292 or reach them out on the web at www.kenallenlaw.com.
Located in the heart of downtown Indianapolis, the newly renovated Hampton Inn is within walking distance to over 30 restaurants and attractions, including Lucas Oilfield and Gamebridge Fieldhouse. Hampton Inn has much to offer, including a hot breakfast, high-speed internet access in every room, as well as a fitness center. Why wait? Make your reservations today. Call 317-261-1200 or make them on the web at hamptonin3.hilton.com. Hampton Inn, Indianapolis, downtown.
Welcome back to Game Night here on the Region Sports Network. We've got girls basketball for you here from Portage High School as they take on the Wildcats of Hanover Central. Michael Brenner here along with Jay Simmons, rocking and rolling. Yeah. I'll tell you what, during football season, we always talk about some of those top programs that bring, the best fan bases. We talk about the Hobarts, we talk about the Lowells. But I tell you what, during basketball season in Portage, in this gym, this place is rocking and rolling. We brought you the band a little bit, or we're going to bring you the band at some point here as well. You can hear them. You got the cheerleaders, the dance team out
going
here.
Over the Portage fight song here, and you got the fans fired up. Got the Portage girls basketball team fired up too.
I mean, they're doing the same moves as the cheerleaders. So
yes, they are.
Yeah, the basketball team knows the cheer moves too. That's pretty good. I like it. And we'll be getting set for our national anthem here in just a moment, but we are officially kicking off our basketball tilt here on the Region Sports Network. Let's go ahead and turn you in to the national anthem at this time, which I'm assuming will be performed by the Portage Band. Always love the live renditions of the national anthem from the high school bands. It's good to have the pep bands in attendance here.
Yes, they are rocking and rolling. We had to turn our headsets up pretty loud in the pregame just to be able to hear each other.
That's true. Well, that was because you didn't have your hearing aids in. That was why. We only got to work with each other one time during football season, and now all of a sudden, like one basketball game, and here we go. As we're going to introduce the starting lineups for both teams, let's head over to the Hanover Wildcats first. First out onto the floor was number 32. That's the 6-foot senior Sienna Stilley. Now onto the floor, number 15. That is the 5'10 senior Brooklyn Oostman. And now number 5, Cadence Beach, the 5'8 junior. Followed by number 12. This is Bella Sarkey, the 5'5 junior. And finally, out onto the floor, number 4, Simone Parker, the 5'6 junior. Now, this, talking to Coach Govert a little bit, this may not be the usual starting 5 based on the sense that I kind of got. There might be a little bit of an illness bug kind of going through the team. Tis the season for that, right?
Yes, it is. Hey, you're in your non-conference early on. You're going to adjust things and see what works. Throw a monkey wrench in on some things and see what works, right?
But hey, if it works, it could easily become the starting lineup. All right, the starting lineup for the Portage Indians now. First onto the floor, number 1, Olivia Gonzalez, the 5'4 sophomore. Followed by number 5, Kalias Scott, the 5'8 junior. And now number 25, that is Courtney Clark, the 6'2 junior. So we had Khalees Scott, and now coming out number 2, this is Mariah Collins, the 5'6 senior. And last out onto the floor is going to be number 23, that is Cameron Lockett, the 5'6 senior. And you can hear this team getting fired up. The Portage Indians are getting fired up. You know the one downside I highlight when I have my starters and then they turn the lights off and I can't see the highlight.
Well, that's what I got my phone for. I got to turn on the light for you.
That's right. I always give our buddy Jeff Magjars a hard time when we go to restaurants and he's using the light to see the menu. But
hey, that's what happens when you get this age, right?
All right, we both got the glasses on. We are ready to go. Let's take a look at our game night forecast brought to you by our friends at Economy Electric Heating and Cooling. Our forecast tonight, you mentioned how it's going to be, kind of a long winter. Well, it is a balmy 57 degrees outside. They say it's partly cloudy. I don't know how you can tell. It's nighttime, but definitely in the upper 50s. Beautiful weather, especially after that. Well, we must have had a technical early on here before the game started because we are starting with free throws. And that is Sienna Stilley that gets that first free throw. I missed something that happened there.
Yes, we did.
We'll have to try to get the word on that one and find out exactly what happened to start with free throws for a technical of some kind.
And I would assume Hanover will start with the ball.
Yeah, it's a no tip. Anyway, our game night forecast brought to you by our friends at Economy Electric Heating and Cooling, keeping you cool in the summer and cozy in the winter. Well, we're starting things up with the Hanover Central Wildcats already up 1-0 as we start this one up here. Parker with it on the near side, dribbling with that left hand, crossing over, driving inside the lane, puts up the teardrop right off the back iron. No good. Rebound comes down to Portage. They'll kick it out here. Got tipped a little bit, but Gonzalez will control, bring it up the floor, looking ahead, finds the corner. Here's the shot for a long-range 2 that was up for Scott. No good. Hanover back in transition now, left to right on the floor. The give to Beach. Feeds it down low into the post for Stilley, and she gets it to go. So an early...
Yeah, nice job right there. Hanover secondary brink had Stilley wide open underneath the basket for an easy 2.
Put a little pressure on Gonzalez there in the backcourt. Tips that one away, but Gonzalez able to keep. Scott hands it over to Lockett now at the top of the key. This is Clark with it.
Hanover in a 1-3-1 zone.
Pulling up for the 3 range, and no good there for Collins. Again, that's the one who's going to be leading the scoring. She saw me down by the scorers table before the game started. She goes, are you guys going to be live tonight? Yeah, we're live tonight. Let's go. As Parker puts one up off the window and gets an early 2 points, and we'll have an early timeout here. 6:44 to go. We're going to keep it right. Well, let's see what we got here. Full. It's going to be a 30, so we'll keep it right here on the Region Sports Network with Hanover up 5-0 early on here. Odd way to start this one up. There was some kind of a technical issued against Portage right off the bat, or some situation that allowed for Hanover to start with the free throws. And
we'll have to get a confirmation on
we'll
that
figure it out.
Either at the end of the quarter or at the end of at halftime. Talk to somebody down at the scorer's table.
But early on, just trying to get a little feel for.
Portage is having trouble holding on to the ball when they're moving the ball down the court. Now Hanover changing it up out of the timeout, coming out in a man-to-man.
They seem to be just as excited as we are just to get the season going here.
Yes, they are.
And we got a little bit of a pull up there from Gonzalez, who up in the bleachers, but she's favoring that left leg. So we'll see how that plays out here. She's going to try to work this one out. 6:37 to go in the opening quarter. And they've got officials timeout here. And it looks like Gonzalez may come out here, and it will be McGowan that comes in to replace her. Well, good teammates helping her off the floor as well. Kind of like you do for me. You carry me in these broadcasts.
Yes, I do.
You're so humble. Lockett with the basketball, finding into the corner for Collins. Collins dribbles inside the lane, but had it stripped out of her hands. But it'll be a foul here against Hanover, and we believe it's going to be against Parker. Yep, it'll be against Parker.
That first foul of the game. Again, Hanover being very aggressive, reaching in, trying to steal that ball at any opportunity.
So baseline inbounds here. Collins feeds it into Scott. He tries to get it right back to Collins, who whips it across to the top of the key here, controlled by Lockett. Lockett at the free throw line, dribbles with the right side, and she is met with contact as she goes up, and this will be a foul on Oostman. Oh, nope, I apologize. It'll be a foul on number 32. That'll be Sienna Stilley. And for Hanover, that's not the person you want picking up the fouls.
Definitely. Yeah, she's their go-to. And then she's also big presence underneath the basket. They can't afford to lose her.
First free throw up and good for Lockett. They get their first point of the game. So both teams score their first point of the game on free throws. The first of two, by the way.
We have a lane violation.
And so it was against Hanover, so we'll go at it again here. We'll see what this one turns into for Lockett. Again, 6:17 to go here in this opening quarter. 5-1 your score, trying to make it 5-2, and takes advantage of the lane violation for Hanover here. Kind of offset press a little bit there, trying to pick up really strong at half court, feeding it down towards the post. Had this one blocked away. One of the advantages of Clark being so tall there on the floor, 6'2". Can block those shots there. This one tipped and it'll go out of bounds.
Unforced turnover right there by Hanover.
So unforced for Sarkey there.
Both teams look a little shaky here, handling the ball, getting the ball up and down the court.
6 minutes to go. Just trying to get into some kind of rhythm here, and usually it takes a little bit of time in a game. Feeding back out to the corner here. We'll have no shot. We'll have a traveling violation against Portage. So Hanover.
Yeah, it looked like she definitely took that extra step in there as she went to the basket. Portage picking up full court pressure. Trying to force the tempo here.
Force a turnover. Standing right there in her way was Lockett, and this will go out of bounds, and they're going to say off of Lockett, so still Hanover ball. So, yeah, we still have that full court press on, trying to find somebody to get it inbound to. And did it ever get inbounds is the question.
I think
it did. It maybe went off Portage again.
That's what it looks like.
Yeah, because you're not allowed to just stand in the out-of-bounds area and pass it that way. You can't move the ball down the court that way. So Stilley hands it off, top of the key, rolling to her right is Parker. Parker trying to feed the post, and it goes out of bounds here, and they're going to say it is off the feet of Oostman. So
Yeah, Usman just got too close to the out-of-bounds line when she was trying to get the feed in and kicked the ball out of bounds. Good pressure by the Portage Indians defensively. Again, both teams really struggling to control the ball.
So McGowan was able to get it across the timeline here. We'll have a
little ticky-tack foul way away from the basket. That's number 11.
That's going to be Nadia Pawn for her first foul. So that's 3 team fouls already for Hanover. And remember, here in Indiana now, you shoot automatically. You start shooting free throws on 5.
Yeah, 5 minutes and 26 seconds left in the first quarter.
Looking for the inbound play here. Lockett with it, waiting for the roll here for Collins. Collins on that right side puts up the floater, and we have an early wedgie. We are, everything that normally is like so rare in a game, like to start. Jay is.
I'm sorry, I couldn't help it. Wait, the officials are trying to figure out how to get the
Well, they're
ball.
waiting for a basketball.
Oh, there we go. All right.
They're waiting for a
basketball. I was waiting
basketball.
to see if
Now,
one of them was going to volunteer to jump and get it.
I was going to say, and this is where, there's a lot of pressure on the officials to try to get the ball out as well, because you have to be strong enough to put the force to get that ball out of there.
He got it out on the first attempt,
Yeah, but everybody's watching, so that's pressure. I don't care who you are. Because you put that up the first time and it doesn't do anything, there's judgment. I'm sorry.
Yes, there is.
Maybe that's just me. I don't know. Long range 3, up and good for the Portage Indians.
Bottom of the well.
Like Khalees Scott. I beg your pardon. Early 3 bucket. Ties the game at 5.
Boy, now you see that Portage defense really pick up the intensity. A made basket gets that defense going a little bit.
Parker thought about trying to drive inside. Here's a cut to inside the lane. Blocked nicely by Portage here. Here comes Scott. Scott driving all the way up off the window and good. Hanover trying to push the tempo a little bit here. Gives it up to Stille, who's going to slow it down.
Yeah, Scott did a nice job just taking a little bit of pressure and then just making the basket on a wide open break.
Parker lost control, and it's going to be Portage ball here early on.
Hanover seems to be now, they're having some issues controlling the ball.
Well, we're going to be
need some strong hands.
We're going to be venturing into this is where you got to have confidence with the ball, right? You got to be
exactly.
McGowan bringing it up the floor, crosses the timeline, dribbling with the right hand, now the left, driving down that left side, stops, gives it up here as Velasquez has checked into the game. They're going to say staying here with Portage. Early on, we definitely see Coach Govert and Coach Davis instructing from the sidelines, as the good coaches do. A lot of steps in there, but no whistle called as Collins skips it across the floor to Velasquez, who pulls up from 3, just off the side of the iron, and we've got a foul against Portage here. So we're going to go the other way on this one. And it is going to be against Scott. So her first foul of the game.
Yeah, to go along with her 5 points.
So again, the full press here. Kicks out to the far side. Anderson. And now up the near side of the floor from our vantage point as Sarkey with it here. Room to run for Sarkey. Gets stopped at the block. Picked up and put off the window. Can't get it to go. Rebound comes down to Portage, and we'll have contact here.
They call travel.
And they're going to call a travel, no foul, even though we've got bodies hitting the floor.
Bodies flying all over the place.
Hey, this is what happens early season. You can't tell me there's not heart and hustle going on here tonight already.
Yes, these girls are playing hard, but a lot of just you can see they're not in rhythm. They're not in tune offensively or defensively. More offensively because it just seems like they're very unsure about their passing out there.
This is what happens when they say there's free snacks in the teacher's lounge for you, right? When you start hustling your way to the free snacks and pushing people out of the way. Pawn with it on the Portage logo, trying to find some room there, and Collins is going to get. No, I'm sorry they were going to call a foul, but it's Coach Govert with a timeout. It'll be a 30-second timeout, so we'll keep it right here. 3:32 left to go in the opening quarter. Be sure to stay connected with all things Region Sports by supporting and following us on social media. We're always live on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, X, and online at regionsports.com. Celebrating over 25 years, we're proud to still be the only game in town. And we know you found us on whatever social media platform. That's, we got Facebook and YouTube, and I know you don't know those sites.
No,
but,
I don't.
Yeah, just the stock market game is your...
That's it. And don't forget, at the conclusion of tonight's game, will be named the Crowell Company's Lantern Man superhero of the game. Crowell Companies have 5 offices open from 9 to 7, Monday through Friday, and Saturday till 2 in Highland, Maryville, and Michigan City.
Michigan City, some of the old stomping grounds, a little bit of A.D. Brett St. Germain here at Portage. Oh, the feed right into the post and coming up just a little bit short. Rebound, though, to Hanover. They're going to say a foul against Velasquez on the push. Early season, you think you're so, like, you're wide open, but you feel like there's somebody breathing down your neck, so you rush the shot a little bit.
Yeah, she had it wide open, could have taken her time. I think she was just too far underneath the basket.
Yeah, by the time she started to put it up, for sure. So 3:28 to go. And we've got a 5-second call against Hanover here.
Another turnover for Hanover.
I swear to you, all those things that are like very rare to see in a game, we are seeing here in this first quarter. A wedgie, shots, free throws before the game even starts, 5-second calls on the baseline.
Hey, welcome to game 1 of the long season ahead.
Bring it. I'm ready. Let's go. Got to have my wits about me. This one
Another
picked off.
turnover.
Oostman can't control, and they're going to say Portage ball. They got the pick there. Got the hands in those passing lanes and trying to make a turnover into points. Just couldn't convert.
Yeah, Oostman just out of control going to the basket. Needed to slow it down, pull it back out. Was well defended by Portage. She needed to pull it back out. Late for the offense to get down there.
Skip for Collins. Loses her footing. Velasquez now trying to give the skip pass. Was this tip is going to be the question, and no, it's going to be a backcourt violation. Only thing that Portage could have been hoping for there is that it was...
the ball had been tipped?
Yeah, the ball had been tipped, but no such luck for them. Early close contest here, 7-5. And just get the feeling that the teams are still kind of feeling out the pressures and different schemes and stuff like that.
There's practice speed and then there's game speed.
Correct. Both teams this is the third game of the season. We're going to have a reach in here. This time it'll be against Lockett. So we are now at 4 team fouls for Portage. I must have missed one of them. I've only got 3 written down, so I missed one. We'll figure it out. It's our first, our first broadcast, so game 1 for us too.
Yeah,
Anderson trying to feed the middle, gives it to Edgerton. Now into the post and up and in for Stilley.
Stilley, once she gets that ball on the block, she knows what to do with it. Turn and just make another easy basket.
5 points for Stilley early on here. Parker with the other bucket. We're all knotted up at 7. Lockett has the ball there. This one is going to be thrown out of bounds, and it'll be...
Well, there it goes.
I said Velasquez thought that she was able to control it, but it would have been a backcourt violation regardless.
Again, a lot of turnovers so far in tonight's game.
Give there to Stilley on the logo. A lot of contact there, no whistle. I'm okay with it. Pawn up off the window. Rebound comes down to Rivera. Rivera down the floor, feeding it up ahead to Bird. And we'll have a foul going the other way. This will be offensive here. I believe this is going to be against Bird, which this is going to be the 5th team foul. But it's offensive, so this will not be free throws. So Jasmine Bird called for her first foul, so this will not be free throws because it's an offensive foul. Had it been a defensive foul, we would have had free throws here for Hanover.
Yeah, good job defensively for Hanover, stopping the break and then getting a turnover.
Anderson losing the ball, trying to save it. It's going to be a Portage ball. Man, Gonzalez gets back into the game, saves that one from going out of bounds, and it goes off of Hanover, so stays with Portage. Nice move.
Yeah, again, very handsy defense, able to force a turnover.
Rivera gives that one to Lockett. Lockett feeding top of the key with Bird. This one picked off. Anderson. Anderson crosses over at half court. Give now to Parker. Parker back over to Anderson, who drives back to the top of the key. Finds the wing. Parker pulls up from long range, hits the back iron. Rebound going to come down to Gonzalez. Gonzalez got to get it across the timeline, gives it up to Bird, who skips it over to Rivera. This one out of bounds, and it'll stay down on this end of the floor. 63 seconds left to go in this opening quarter, all knotted up at 7.
Yeah, just both teams just seem to be offensively, just seem to be out of sync right now.
Feed right into Scott. Now handing off to Lockett, who gets bumped. This time it's going to be against Parker, I believe.
And I think she'll be shooting 2, correct?
No, for Hanover, this is only their fourth team foul.
Oh.
So Parker does pick up her second foul. So 2 fouls here in this opening quarter. Not what Coach Gobert would like to draw up there. Feed to trying to get it to Lockett, but it gets tipped out of bounds by Edgerton. So Rivera will inbound here, looking for the inbound play. Give to Lockett. Scott driving, kicks it back out to Lockett. She makes a drive, loses the ball in the lane, and we'll have another whistle here. I'm
going to assume it's going to be on number 24 for Hanover. That's
we're going to find out here. And just like that, Jay Simmons.
Correct.
Number 24 for Hanover, you said? Let's
yes.
see here. Which we didn't have. Oh, I'm sorry, Edgerton here. Yep. And so the first free throw for Lockett was good. She is. Well, I'll wait until. All right, she is 4 of 4 from the charity stripe tonight. That's all of her points.
First lead for the Portage Indians tonight.
Driving into the lane, had the ball on, or the hand on top of the ball. A good defensive move there as Parker was trying to drive to the lane. Gonzalez to Lockett. 3-ball put up on the wing. No good for Scott. Rebound comes down to Clark, though, and then throws this one away. And you can see Coach Davis knew he had an opportunity there. And just one of those.
Did he actually?
Well, knew his team had an opportunity there.
Yes.
Got the rebound and then just trying to kick that one out for another long-range shot. But
Nick,
and we're talking about
Courtney Clark really ripped that rebound down. She just turned around and taken it back up.
Long-range 3 put up just off the iron. Long rebound coming down to Anderson here. Whistle, and we're going to go the other way. 7.5 seconds to go in the opening quarter.
No, the officials are definitely letting them play.
Although if you had to guess, what are we averaging, 10 seconds in between whistles?
Yeah,
it really feels like every 10.
Yep.
Yeah.
Well, a lot of unforced turnovers, as well as 10 fouls in the game.
Yeah.
It's a lot of stoppage and action.
And as time expires, the shot off the back iron, and we'll have a whistle with time on the clock, and Hanover's going to say, hey, put a few more tenths of a second back on unless they say end of the quarter. They're going to discuss it.
They've got to get the cheerleaders off
the cheerleaders
the court.
are coming back on the floor, and I
think they're going to be shooting some free throws with no time left on the clock.
So they're going to add some tenths of a second. And a high likely, because you can see Stilley, she's already at the line, but they're going to say 0.2 of a second is left on the clock. And Coach Davis is not even going to have his – well, now they're going to start heading their way out there, but they can't get to the line now. Actually, they need to stand above the line technically, as that one hits the back iron, as now they can get to the line. So one shot left for Stilley. Misses the front. Now from the charity stripe. Doesn't get that one, and that's how this one the quarter will come to an end. So 9-7 your score. We go to the second quarter. You're watching Game Night here on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
Flip the switch, a light turns on. Press the button, machines and instruments come to life. Touch the screen, communicate with the world. Simple tasks, guaranteed results, every second of every day. That's the power of power. And that's the power brought to you by the NECA contractors and electrical workers of Local 531.
At American Testing Services, based in Hobart, Indiana, we specialize in NDT drone inspections and heat treatment services for local mills, fab shops, and facilities across the country. From Northwest Indiana to nationwide, we deliver precision, safety, and reliability. American Testing Services, America's trusted name in NDT.
Hey, welcome back to Game Night here on the Region Sports Network. We got a tight ball game here between the Portage Indians and the Hanover Central Wildcats. Make sure you stay with us at the conclusion of this one. We'll name the Boilermakers Local 374 Blue Collar Player of the Game. Brought to you by Boilermakers Local 374. I don't know about you, but I drove past the Boilermakers Local 374 to get here today.
I did not.
Well, you can learn about apprenticeship programs and more at local374.org. Just in case you didn't know, Jay, it's Parker feeding off to the left side here. Foul as Stilley makes her way up. So 10 seconds into the game, and we've got our first whistle, and it's going to be against Scott. So
10 seconds into the second quarter.
What did I say?
Into the game.
Oh, sorry, second quarter. Excuse me. As Stilley puts up the free throw, no good. Talked about our other awards. We got one more for you. We've got the Proud Union Home Play of the Game, brought to you by Iron Workers Local 395. To find out how you can become a union iron worker, visit ironworkers395.com.
And you can see as she's shooting and missing, you can see Coach Govert looking up at the ceiling like, come on, we work on this all the time.
Right, there we go. Now we knocked one down.
You know, when you're the underdog in the game, you've got to make points when the clock's not running.
So when tipped here is Portage trying to keep control here. We're starting to get a little bit of a flow into this game a little bit. And a turnover, unforced turnover for McGowan there. Thought Collins was going to be in the corner, but Collins started to make a cut towards the basket.
Again, Portage picking up full court pressure. Seems to be slowing and keeping Hanover out of their offensive rhythm.
Hanover gets across the timeline here. Parker. Really strong with the basketball. Having no fear here is Stilley. Off the window, rolls around, doesn't fall. Rebound comes down to Hanover, though. We got tipped to Parker. Trying to put this one up and blocked by Clark up top.
Swatted away.
Lockett takes a couple of steps.
Before you can run, you got to put the ball on the ground.
Well, and so often you see maybe a lane and you want to drive, but it's like there's no way it's that open, right? There's no way that this isn't going to close immediately, so I want to just pull up for the shot, and then you kind of get caught in between, and then you get called for the whistle here, and another unforced turnover here. As I guess there was some pressure in there, so trying to feed that one ahead.
Yeah, Simone Parker just anticipating her player cutting to the basket and threw it away.
So Portage with another possession here. Gonzalez into Collins, who gets that double coverage out beyond the three-point arc. That's how Hanover feels about Collins there. She gets double coverage in the three-point area. As a shot in the corner, long range, no good, but we have a whistle, and it'll be against Portage.
Looks like that's going to be on Courtney Clark. Trying to establish position underneath the boards and got caught with a little bit of a push.
So that is her second of the game, and it's already the second of the second quarter for Portage. And Stilley realizing, hey, yep, I got room to go across the half court. Meets the coverage of Gonzalez, spins, fires, and gives it up to Anderson. Off the window, there to clean it back up is Stilley.
Stilley, she's very aggressive around those boards, picking up another 2 points. So steal right there by Hanover.
Steal there and up and in for Parker. And we'll have a timeout taken as Parker gets her second points of the game. So she's got 4 total. We'll have a 30-second timeout, so we'll keep it here with 6:16 left to go in the opening half. Yeah, you mentioned for a team like Hanover, they've already played a couple of games, Washington Township and Wheeler, and the strength of their schedule doesn't get any easier. They go to Lake Central on the 18th, so right around the corner. And then they start dipping into conference play before you know it. By the end of the month, they got Lowell and KV to start the month of December.
We'll have to check in with Coach Uppenthal, see if he's going to be watching any game film on the Hanover Central Wildcats.
You know how Coach Uppenthal, they just played Lafayette Jeff the other night. Actually, they got a win. They had a tournament to open up the season, and they got a split in that tournament. They lost to McCutcheon, and then got a win against Hammond Central. That was a tough ball game over there at Lake Central between them and Hammond Central. Hammond Central was the odds-on favorite. Maybe the odds-on favorite if you're looking at sectionals ahead of time here.
A little early to be looking to sectionals there.
Well, you're looking at who the favorites are and trying to feed this one into the middle. This one taken away, though, and we're going to have a jump ball call. And this is to be said for both teams. There's just miscommunication.
Well, it looked like the Hanover player that was trapped underneeth the basket tried to bounce it off the Portage player to go get it out of bounds, and everybody had turned and ran, and she missed.
So I have a couple of check-ins here for Hanover as well. But, yeah, there's just early season jitters still, it looks like, and this is both teams. Lock it right underneath. Can't come up with it. Gets her own rebound and puts it back.
Hurting her shooting percentage on that one.
But filling up the stat sheet, right? Getting a rebound as well. This one on the ground. Gonzalez picks this one up. So 12-11 your score. Portage down by 1. Give to Lockett. Pulls up long range. It was tipped. Stilley comes down with it. She's looking ahead, trying to find Parker. Parker will get it off the cut, or off the break, and then knocks it backside. Backcourt violation.
Coach Gover trying to plead his case that the ball was tipped and went over the half-court line. I have to tend to agree with him on that one.
You felt it was tipped?
Yes, I did.
Okay. I guess this is why they pay us to be up here.
That's right.
We were talking about officials. Oh, Collins trying to lean into maybe getting a call there. This one going to be a backcourt violation as well. 5:23 left to go in the opening half. I think there's going to be some spirited discussions at halftime.
Yeah, definitely about ball control and making some good passes. Strong hands. That's what you need out there.
Sarkey with it. Giving up to Parker. Parker trying to feed down into the post. And that was Beach trying to put that one in. I tell you what, fundamentally, one thing, and this is not a knock on anyone here in this gym. This is all over the place from what I see. Nobody wants to use the backboard anymore.
That's right. They're all trying to go to teardrop like the guys in the NBA.
Yep. Parker long range and knocks it down.
Big three right there for
That's the other thing that everybody
Hanover.
wants to do is the three-point ball, right?
She barely creased the net on that one.
Nothing but the tickle of the twine.
Yes. And a couple subs coming in.
Foul here against Sarkey for Hanover. Her first, the team's first of the quarter.
And Nadia Pond checks in for Hanover.
That's backcourt, yep.
Gotta have.
Well, that was on the inbound itself. That was close to being a backcourt violation because she wasn't. I mean, she wasn't fully established on either side. That's why they were able to allow it. Because you have to have all three, right? You have to have both feet and the ball.
Correct.
And when she caught it initially, she had like 1 foot over the line, so technically she's allowed to still then go into the backcourt. Very close. Bucket good for Parker. That's 7 points here in this quarter alone. Give her 9 on the night.
Well, just that little teardrop again. She's on fire offensively, feeling it.
So she's near the double figures. We were talking about, the fact that Hanover has 2. They, Stilley that is at 11, and then Parker at 9. So she's right at her average for a game right now, and we're still in the first half with 4 minutes to go in the first half.
She's taking advantage of any free look she gets.
Give here, Pawn trying to feed down into the post for Stilley, and she gets it.
Great job at that high screen, and Stilley took advantage of it, got great position, and filled it up into the bucket.
That's 10 points for Stilley. The only 2 scores for Hanover tonight. Stilley, as we got a lot of contact there, they're going to say it's going to be Portage ball. I think you could have called it either way, or you could have called it a foul on either player as well.
We'll take the
I like the no call, yes, because they both committed a foul. Just let it go. Rivera.
And you know what? That's good aggressive basketball.
Yeah, I have no problem with it whatsoever. Trying to give it up to Whitehead down there.
Let's see if Portage picks up full court. Yeah, they do.
Doesn't seem to be too intense. It's man-to-man, but yeah, full court press.
Just looking for that easy, unforced turnover by Hanover.
Oostman giving it up to Pawn. Pawn driving, had it blocked up top, and the foul is going to be against Bird.
And that's going to be Portage's third, I think, in the quarter.
Third in the quarter.
And we got 3 minutes and 26 seconds left in this quarter.
So Bird picks up her second foul of the night. First free throw rattles around, doesn't fall.
Touches every part of the rim but the inside part.
Right. And we have another lane violation. So the free throw will not count.
Hanover just sort of sneaking in an 8-point lead here.
Yeah, very, very quickly ballooning to an 8-point lead. I mean, and is this one turned over? I was just about to say both teams with heavy turnovers here as Oostman bringing it down the floor, up. And she gets fouled on her way up.
Looks like, again, number 13 for the Portage Indians, Jasmine Bird.
Yep, so Bird's going to pick up her third foul. And they're going to have to
take her out now.
Sub her. We do have a couple of subs sitting on the bench, sitting in front of the scorer's table right now. But Oostman heading to the line here. Her free throw is good. It's Gonzalez and Lockett come back into the game. Keeping the elbow straight and knocking both of them in.
Nice job by Oostman, hitting both of those free throws. Open it up to a 10-point lead for Hanover.
That's still in play because it hit the official. Again, this game is bananas.
We got a girl going into the third row at a stand. We got the official getting involved in the action. We're covering all the bases here at RSI.
That's a way to use your head, sir, because I hit him in the head.
He's got to be quicker on his feet.
Please tell me he's not a concussion protocol. Oh, my goodness.
Hanover doing a nice job in that 1-3-1 pressure.
Gonzalez trying to find a lane, can't find it. This one almost turned over. Lockett able to gather. One thing Hanover's really doing well is anticipating those passes right there.
Another pickoff.
Going up, and it's going to be an and one for Sarkey, her first points of the game, and she'll go to the line for one more.
And it's funny, you can see Coach Rich Davis. He's cleaning off the clipboard
He
right
already
there.
knows what he wants to run. Yep. Well, and this is where, like, on a play like that, a lot of times you're hoping, like, please jump step or please jump stop and just lay it in. Be nice and easy with it. Don't
old-fashioned three-point play right there for Sarkey.
That was
the
only way you were able to get 3 points back in the day.
That's
Coach
right.
Davis calls the timeout.
We had to get the ball out of the bucket, man.
We're going to step aside with Coach Davis. You're watching Game Night here on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
Flip the switch, a light turns on. Press the button, machines and instruments come to life. Touch the screen, communicate with the world. Simple tasks, guaranteed results, every second of every day. That's the power of power. And that's the power brought to you by the NECA contractors and electrical workers of Local 531.
At American Testing Services, based in Hobart, Indiana, we specialize in NDT drone inspections and heat treatment services for local mills, fab shops, and facilities across the country. From Northwest Indiana to nationwide, we deliver precision, safety, and reliability. American Testing Services, America's trusted name in NDT.
Welcome back to Game Night here on the Region Sports Network. 2:30 to go here in the opening half here between Portage and Hanover. Once again, first game of the year for us here on the Region Sports Network. We'll have quite a few games here from Portage High School. A new partnership with the Portage Indians. Happy to do so. Feeding that one down to Sarkey, who got popped.
Yeah, it looks like possibly number 11 for Hanover. That would be Nadia Pawn. Yep.
So Pawn called for her second foul of the night. It is important to know that Portage also has 5 fouls here in this quarter. So their next foul with 2:21. Any foul they commit at this point is free throws for Hanover.
Yeah, Coach Govert out
long
there trying
pass
to
into
spark out
Gonzalez,
some
who
defense.
Gives it now. Lockett here at the free throw line, just in front. Floater, no good. Ball on the floor. Give now here to Usman, who feeds it ahead, trying to gather. Tries to put it up, no good. Rebound is going to be out of bounds. It's going to be Portage ball.
Yeah, number 11 for Hanover, Nadia Pawn, just couldn't collect her body up and try and get a good shot, just sort of threw something up. Came away with no points on that fast break.
Gonzalez with a long skip pass into Collins. Collins is up, and she gets fouled on her way up. And, you know, you talk about Collins, who had, what did we say, 16 points a game, has not scored yet in this contest. So that's a win right there if you're Hanover. You have left the top scorer for Portage off the board, and she has a chance to get her first point here. Knocks that one down.
Yeah, great form on her free throw shooting. Nice little rotation on the ball. We got another Portage Indian checking in. That's number 3, Jasleen Rivera.
So Collins hits the back iron on that one. Can they get the board? Almost came down with it, but
it must have been the announcer jinx. I commented on how good her form was on the free throw, and then she misses the second one.
Well, they were 5 for 5 from the line, most of that coming from Lockett. Pass to the far side with Anderson. Anderson comes back to the top of the key, waiting for something to get open here for Hanover.
Hey, Hanover doesn't mind burning some clock.
Stilley from top of the key, rattles around, doesn't go. Ball loose on the ground, and it'll roll out of bounds, and it'll be Portage basketball, 1:20 to go. Simone Parker coming back into the game. Sarkey will step off.
A lot of substitution for both teams, trying to keep players fresh throughout the game.
Well, you would imagine this point in the year, you know, obviously these teams are going to be well conditioned by the time we get to sectionals and stuff come February, but early on in the season, maybe not up to par just yet. Understandable.
little bit too aggressive on the pass right there was number 21 for Hanover.
Cameron Anderson trying to feed it down to Sienna Stilley. It's Rivera to Collins. Playing a 1-3-1 zone here. Hanover
definitely have caused a lot of turnovers.
This one tipped. It'll stay here with Portage. Oh.
I thought it was off number 14 for the Portage Indians.
Okay. I thought I saw Stilley, her hand, get in there. 41 seconds to go in the half.
Yeah, off of China.
I see. I don't know
Whitehead.
which one of us is wearing the right glasses. I guess. Well, apparently I'm not wearing the right ones.
I grabbed the wrong ones as I was walking out of the house.
Anderson matched up against Collins. Back to Parker here.
Looks like they're going to work it for the last shot.
Stolen away from Rivera. Rivera is up off the window, too strong. Lockett trying to come down with it. Whitehead comes down with it. She'll feed it off to Collins. Thought about the three.
Coach
Stops.
is yelling for a foul. Don't let her shoot.
Collins going for three and knocks it down.
Coach Gober not very happy about that.
Down to the final seconds, feeding it down low into Pawn, who puts it up as the time expires and can't get it to go. 24-15 your score. Hanover on top. As some of the players going to talk with officials a little bit, saying, hey, this is happening to me. Just letting you know, keep your eye on it in the future. And the official says, we'll watch it. It'll be good. All right, make sure you keep watching here because we got some halftime coverage going up here in just a few moments. We're going to step aside right now. You're watching Game Night here on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
Some see a wrestling match. We see a 6-minute lesson in grit. Some see a coach sending a runner home. We see a mentor guiding a student athlete into the future. Proud to keep education in front of athletics since 1903.
Earn while you learn from the best hands in the business. The Bricklayers Allied Craftworkers for Indiana Kentucky Apprenticeship. That's right, this is a paid apprenticeship.
I'm getting an education while learning a trade and getting paid for it.
The thing that surprised me the most about this apprenticeship program is the respect I have received after the proper time and training.
Classes start soon, so apply now. There are training centers throughout Indiana and Kentucky. We are the Bricklayers and Allied Craftworkers for Indiana Kentucky Apprenticeship. The best hands in the business.
Calling all current and future homeowners in the Northwest Indiana area. Whether you're buying or selling, Brent Wright is here to make your real estate journey smooth and successful. With years of experience, personalized service, and a deep knowledge of the market, Brent will help you find the perfect place or get the best deal for your property. Call today at 219-406-7195 and take the first step towards your real estate goals. Contact Brent Wright, the right way to buy and sell real estate.
If you are injured in a worksite accident or hurt by a defective product, go with the guy that has a proven track record litigating these cases. Otto Schragle, a principal partner at the Allen Law Group, will make sure those responsible for hurting you are held to account for their negligence. With multiple offices in Indiana and Illinois, you could reach them at 219-465-6292 or reach them out on the web at www.kenallenlaw.com.
When it comes to your money, you deserve more than just numbers on a page. You deserve someone who sees the full picture. Meet Mark Machnick, one of Northwest Indiana's most trusted accounting professionals. Whether you're running a business, planning for retirement, or just trying to make sense of tax season, Mark Machnick, located in Highland, makes it simple, personal, and believe it or not, painless. Contact Mark and his team today at 219-595-5290. Mark Machnick, CPA.
At Blyce, we're used to having the athlete shop at our store.
Down, sit, put.
But sometimes they get carried away. Blyce, this is where the athlete shops.
Welcome back to Game Night here on the Region Sports Network. How we doing? Happy to be here at Portage High School. Michael
it?
Brandner here along with Jay Simmons getting basketball going. I know there's regionals for football, but we got girls basketball here now. I'm ready. Let's do hoop season is here.
Yeah, how
I'm
about
ready.
it? Hey, let's go over some of the scoring for the first half here. We've got, you would never know by watching this game that Hanover has a 9-point lead going into halftime. They've just played great defense, caused a lot of turnovers, and Portage has as well, but they just have not been able to convert and get into the lane. It seems like Hanover's getting a lot more easier looks than the Portage Indians are right now.
Sienna Stilley leading the way for the Hanover Wildcats with 10. She averages 11 a game, so she is near that mark. For Simone Parker, she's got, I think I counted that wrong. It's 9 points for 9 points for Parker. I had 8, but
all right.
It's 9. So, and then following that is Sarkey with 3 and Usman with 2. For the longest time, it was just Parker and Stilley with the points. So they had 19 combined, and then all of a sudden, some others decided to get into the scoring column as well, which is where we're at, a 24-15 ball game. Leading the way for Portage, though, you got Lockett with 6, Scott with 5, and Collins with 4. And those 4 are coming late in that second quarter, getting that late 3, the free throw. So those are 4 important points, because otherwise it would be 11 right now for the Portage Indians. And that's one thing that Portage has got to get going here is Mariah Collins, because she is the leading scorer, averages 16 points a game. Now, granted, it's early in the season.
That's
this
right.
is only game number 3 of the year for both these teams. So 16 points a game, kind of take that with a grain of salt to an extent. Obviously scores the bucket, though, and only at 4 right now at half. Hanover will look at that as a win right now.
I would agree with you, and Coach Govert was very upset at right there towards the end of the half because they only had 3 team fouls. He wanted somebody to cause another foul, stop the play, so that way everybody could get set defensively. They wouldn't shot any free throws at that point, and all of a sudden Collins gets wide open and bangs home a 3. Coach was not happy about that.
Yeah, no, it definitely saw the frustration mounting for Coach, and definitely saw the frustration mounting for both coaches just because there were so many turnovers in that first quarter. But, again, early in the season, getting those jitters out of the way, and, now the second half, got to play clean basketball. Whoever plays the cleanest basketball is going to win this game.
And I think, again, that Portage full-court defense has really played havoc with Hanover. It's taken them out of their offense, but at the same time, because they have not been able to get back on defense, it's given Hanover some opportunities to get some easy layups. And Hanover has done a nice job at times running their offense. And when they've been able to run their offense, they've gotten Stilley some nice looks under the basket.
And they're getting a lot of those turnovers via the 1-3-1 zone that we've kind of seen so far. That's been kind of wreaking a little bit of havoc, so got to imagine they're going to draw up something to try to counter that zone defense as well. And that's for the Portage Indians to kind of get going offensively as well. And it's going to start with Lockett and Collins kind of doing the hard work down underneath or from long range. All right, let's step aside. You are watching. We got a few minutes left until we get started with the second half. You are watching Game Night here on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
Ava, let's go.
Try it on.
The shortest distance between two people is a smile. That's why we're committed to fighting hunger in our communities until everyone has a reason to smile. Strack and Van Til, where making life easier starts with a smile.
Hi, I'm Crowd Company's Lantern Man. If you're a contractor, it's my job to make your insurance coverage simple and affordable. Because I know time is money, I'll come to your business. Certificates and bonds are a snap. Wherever you are, whatever business you're in, we've got you covered. As Crowd Company's Lantern Man, I'm your insurance superhero.
Crowd Companies, insurance professionals. Highland, Merrillville, and Michigan City.
Thinking about what to do after high school? Consider a career with Boilermakers Local 374. As a Boilermaker apprentice, you'll earn while you learn. We offer excellent wages and benefits, and as part of our no-cost hands-on apprenticeship program, you'll learn from the best in state-of-the-art training centers and on the job. Become a union Boilermaker and get on your way to a great career. Find out more. Visit www.local374.org or call 219-845-1000.
IBEW Local 697 isn't just wiring buildings. We're woven into the very fabric of Northwest Indiana. We're your neighbors. Our kids go to school with yours. We stand in the same bleachers cheering for the same high school teams. When you hire a union electrician, you're not just getting the highest quality work. You're supporting our community. IBEW Local 697, proudly powering our own.
Four Seasons Mechanical proudly serves Northwest Indiana, providing quality, reasonably priced, reliable service. With a quality and comfort guarantee, the professionals at Four Seasons Mechanical offer a wide range of services in heating, ventilation, and air conditioning. Whether it's residential or commercial, Four Seasons Mechanical is there 24/7. To find out more, the website is fourseasonsmechanical.com or give them a call at 219-756-7020. Four Seasons Mechanical, your indoor air quality specialist.
Can't wait for summer, but dreading the heat because your old AC let you down? Don't sweat it out this summer. Call Economy Electric Heating and Cooling. The professionals there can fix you up. Install a central air unit that'll last for years. Your family deserves to stay comfortable. And with a 24/7 emergency service, comfort is just a phone call away. Give them a call at 219-923-4441 or check them out on the web at 4ajobdoneright.com.
Welcome back to Game Night here on the Region Sports Network. Michael Brenner here along with Jay Simmons. Might be Friday night, but no football for us. We got girls basketball. I know you're used to talking about, the wide receivers and the defensive ends and the tight ends and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, let's get into the real season here. Let's get into some basketball.
And an early turnover to start of the second half here.
And we start off with a turnover.
So now Portage will start. It was supposed to be Hanover ball to start, and at some points all you can do is just, oh my gosh, that's the only reaction that you can have at this point. As Lockett picks it up here.
And I'm sure both coaches are going to work on ball security.
Oh, 100%. As Collins floats through the lane, that one rattling around, tries to get her own rebound. Almost got away with a walk for Hanover there. Slowing this one up, Parker.
And it looks like Coach Davis is really going to work on trying to get Collins in the game, and bang.
As Parker
from downtown Portage.
So that'll put her over double digits. It's 12 points now. She averages 9. Stilley, who averages 11. She's at 10 right now. She gets fouled on her way up, so she will go to the line to shoot 2. We'll start the second half here with a foul against the Portage Indians. The foul is going to be against Courtney Clark, so that is her third of the game. That is a big pickup
yes, it is.
For her to start this half.
She's their physical presence in the lane.
Don't forget, at the end of the game, we've got the Crowell Company's Lantern Man Superhero of the Game to award. And the Crowell Company's proud to recognize the superheroes on the basketball court. And knocks down the second one. So 1 of 2 from the line that trip for Stilley. So she's at 11 points, which is her average for the season.
In the young season.
In the young season, absolutely. As Usman puts it up off the window.
Yeah, another turnover. Good pickup right there by the Hanover defense at 1-3-1. Now it looks like they've gone into a 1-3-1 trap at midcourt. And it caused another turnover.
As the walk for Gonzalez. So, yeah, it's that zone that is causing some havoc for the Portage Indians.
It seems like now they've added in a little bit more of a twist to it. They're adding in a trap at midcourt as soon as that ball comes over, and it's caught Portage sleeping a couple times.
Stilley feeding down underneath the Beach. Beach can't get that one to go.
Beach a little bit too underneath the basket right there.
Just a little bit as Scott tried to pick that one up. This one stolen away. Stilley matches up Clark. This one tips, so Collins can pick this one up here. Collins off to Rivera. Rivera into Scott in the corner, who pulls up from 3, hits the backboard. Clark there to try to clean it up, though. Too strong. Here's Lockett, though, to put it home. 8 points on the night for Lockett.
Portage right there doing a nice job crashing those offensive boards.
Stilley trying to get the pass on the inside, and a turnover here for Hanover. We'll have more check-ins here. As you said, I mean, this is like line changes. I mean, it's not 5 at a time, obviously. But
Courtney Clark had to come out. She had her third foul.
Three fouls, yeah, absolutely. But even still, there are constant substitutions and trying to get rotations to work. And, this, again, early in the season, good reaction there from the fans in the front row.
Yeah, how about it, man? Almost caught one in the face. Way to be awake over there.
The official didn't even have that kind of reaction. He took... Nice work in the front row. Kudos. Superstars of the game right there.
Well, we need the hands company again.
Parker trying to get it down to Stilley.
Stilley just came up a little short trying to take it to the basket, which she's been doing nicely all night.
Getting it down to Whitehead, now back to Scott, but stepped on the end line there. So turnover for the Indians. It'll be back to the Wildcats.
Whitehead had an easy look. All she had to do was turn and put that one up. She had nobody around her, didn't anticipate being that open.
You and I have watched a lot of basketball over the years. Sometimes when you're so used to doing things in practice or used to doing things and your role is to do this or that sometimes when you get those opportunities in a game, sometimes you forget, okay, I'm not a robot. I am a basketball player. I have to go take the advantages that I have. Scott ready to shoot and knocks it down.
Oh, huge bucket for the Portage Indians. Cut this down to a 10-point game.
Well, Bill Raftery in there right there.
Got it. Hey, man, it's exciting hoops on Friday night.
Surprised you haven't called a little man action there. I don't know. Is that copyrighted? Hopefully I didn't break a copyright law. Beach gives it up to Stilley here, top of the key. She drives, puts it up, gets the bucket, and the foul.
What?
Sorry, Jay. You drive with a purpose. That's the only. When you drive to the lane, you have to have a purpose. Her purpose was to get it to the rim, get the bucket, and draw the blocking foul.
Nice job, Stilley, just being physical out there, using all of her 6-foot frame.
That is the third foul on Scott, by the way, as well. So Portage kind of in a little bit of foul trouble here. The and one, no good. So that old-fashioned three-point play. Beach trying for the rebound, though. Portage with it here. And the pressure called off here. Scott trying to get to that right block. Had it poked away. Stilley knocks that one out of bounds, but Stilley being very aggressive there in the corner.
Stilley only has one foul in the game, so she can be very aggressive here in the second half. Only 4:45 left in the third quarter.
13 points for her. The inbound into Lockett. Cross court to McGowan, who drives, tries to put it up, can't get it to fall. Parker almost had her pocket picked, and she does. Stilley able to keep, though. Long range for Parker. She can hit him from far range. Oh, my goodness. Her third triple of the game.
That one was from the county line.
Yeah, that was all the way from Boilermakers Local 374 down the street. So we've got a 30-second timeout called. We got 4:30 left to go here in this third quarter. 35-20 your score. As we mentioned in the third, we talked about our crowd company's Lantern Man superhero of the game. We've also got, as I mentioned earlier, the Boilermakers Local 374 blue-collar player of the game. Earn while you learn with Boilermakers Local 374. I'm sorry, does your pen light up?
Yes, it does. It's a very fancy one.
Are you autographed?
We were talking about the T at the beginning of the game. We got a.
Oh, okay.
We forgot about it, but we did get an answer from the scorekeeper down there. He said when the official had signed off on it, one of the starters was not in the book for the Portage Indians.
So That that is a technical. If it is, if you don't have the right numbers or something in the book, or if somebody that's not in the book enters the floor. Foul called here against Hanover.
Looks like number 12 for Hanover. That is Bella Sarkey.
So Bella Sarkey picks up her third foul. That's just the first foul of this third quarter. She is allowed to touch that in the backcourt. Out of bounds.
Good defense. Good hustle by Parker right there.
Trying to get the inbound into McGowan.
Again, as you can see, as they bring the ball up, Hanover in that 1-3-1. It looks like they're gonna try and not. Oh, she's on the half court line. Initially, it looked like Hanover was going to trap right there, and then all of a sudden, one person didn't show up for the trap. This can't be a one-person trap.
I mean, if you get in the right spot, you can. I mean, if you really get into that, what they call the coffin corner over there, because then you got like the end lines, and it can be a one-person trap down there.
Well, let's see Hanover get into their offense. Nice feed underneath.
Feeding underneath to Usman, her second bucket of the second half.
Yeah.
Give her 6 points.
Yeah, it looked like that was Nadia Pond feeding it right inside. Nice job feeding in. Another steal by Hanover.
And Sarkey this time up off the glass. So now the run begins here for Hanover, and we'll see a timeout taken by Portage. And it's going to have to be a full timeout, I believe, because they are out of 30. So we'll step aside. You're watching Game Night on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
Ava, let's go.
Try it on.
The shortest distance between two people is a smile. That's why we're committed to fighting hunger in our communities until everyone has a reason to smile. Strack and Van Til, where making life easier starts with a smile.
Welcome back to Game Night here on the Region Sports
Network. It's been a long day. You gotta bust me out on this one, Michael. I take full responsibility.
Well, my friend here to my right, Mr. Simmons, was wanting scores of some of the football games just to know kind of what's going on around the state of Indiana, and he wanted to text our sports director. And, you know, obviously his name is Mike DeWan, except when he wanted to get those scores, he texted yours truly, Michael Brander. So I don't have the scores, sir. I'm not in the studio or anything like that, so I'm here with you.
All right.
This is why
let's
I
get
say
our focus back on the game.
This is why I say the one and thankfully the only, because
technology is not my strong suit. We know that.
All right, back to the game. The silliness is over. This one almost poked away. Able to keep this one. McGowan will
Looks
have
like enough foul on Nadia Pond.
So Pond picking up her third foul. So we'd have a couple of players here on both teams with 3 fouls. For Hanover, it's Pond and it's Sarkey. And for Portage, it is Scott and Bird. Lockett.
Very aggressive trapping 1-3-1 zone here for Hanover.
She goes with the overplay here, but calls the double dribble. But Lockett there, she knew she was going to get that pressure, knew it was going to be there, so she knew there was an overplay, so used that into her advantage to make that drive to the left side, because they were going to try to cut her off. Nice move there by Lockett. Parker giving it up. Sarkey back out. Stilley now. Up to Parker.
Hanover coaches yelling for him to reset the offense. Work it around.
Strong defense here from McGowan.
Extended all the way out to midcourt.
Trying to feed it down underneath, just too strong off the backboard for Usman, and there's going to be a foul against Sarkey here. That's going to be her 4th.
Yeah, she's definitely coming out of the game now.
To get a sub here. Yeah, we're still in the third quarter. That's 4 fouls here. That's where Coach Gover going to give a word of encouragement.
Yeah. Cameron Anderson coming in for. But you can see Coach Govert hasn't turned off the pressure. He's extending it. He's working on some things to tighten up for the rest of the season.
Lockett trying to feed it down to Velasquez, who gave it up to Anderson. So now Pawn going to bring it up the floor. Pawn driving on that left side. She's going to get called for the walk here. 2:35 left to go in this third quarter. 39-20 your score. Hanover on top. It'll be Scott to inbound. She will do so to McGowan. McGowan feeding to Scott. Scott trying to look for Velasquez, and one of the cheerleaders
got pinged with it.
Yep, got that one off the leg, and I'm not going to lie, though. If I'm the player and I'm thinking, okay, not that I want anybody hurt, but like, all right, I was enough, I threw it strong enough for, somebody felt a little pain on that one. This one picked. Nice move by McGowan to cut that one off from Parker. Parker with 15 points.
Having a night.
Stilley driving on that left block. Stops it, gives it up to Parker. Parker trying to feed just a little too strong down to Edgerton. Lockett coming down the floor. Scott, really nice pass on the end line there. A little too long range for McGowan. Picked up by Lockett here. Good possession for Portage. Really need to come away with some points. Off the window and in.
A little bit of a drought for Portage in this second half, so big points right there.
Velasquez with strong defense on Anderson there. There goes Parker. Up, contact, bucket, foul, and one. I mentioned earlier, you drive with a purpose.
Yeah, Jasmine Bird doesn't believe she got the blocking foul. It looked like it could have gone either way. From our vantage point, could have gone either charge.
Well, the reason why it's such a big deal is because for Bird, that's her fourth foul. Parker can't knock down the free throw for the old-fashioned three-point play, as you like to call. I like to call it that way too. It's McGowan kicks off here. Bird shot short. Anderson looking for some help there. She finds Pawn.
Yeah, everybody was down at the other end looking for the ball.
Pawn driving in the lane.
Stripped away. Good hand defense by the Portage Indians, causing a turnover.
Lockett giving up to McGowan. Drives baseline. Very close to that end line there. This one picked up by Stilley. Stilley finds Pawn for help. Now gives it up to Parker. Parker
looks like
going to run the
Coach
offense.
wants him to set up the offense, run some plays, get some work on these things.
And she
10
has
10 seconds.
That's going to be a 10-second call. That was.
Yeah, and like you said, Michael, we have seen everything tonight.
Seen the 5-second calls. Now we've seen a 10-second call. Yeah, just about.
We had a technical before the game. We got one of the referees getting hit in the head with the ball. A fan making a great catch out of bounds. Some Portage Indian players going into the second and third rows of the game. We got it all.
Jay texted me for scores.
That always happens.
Gonzalez on to Velasquez here. Lockett feeding down. Whitehead puts it up, and they're going to say the foul is on the floor.
Looks like Stilley with the foul right there.
Nope, they're going to go with Beach on the foul.
I thought Stilley got with a little bit of the push right there and caused her to travel.
Well, the officials disagree with you. Feeding this
not
one
the
in
first
here.
time.
Lockett up, and she'll go to the line to shoot two. (41-22) your score. Foul is going to be on Anderson. That's going to be her first. The team's fifth. So even if this wasn't in the act of shooting, this would be 2 free throws anyway with the fouls. As Lockett can't hit the front end here.
Lockett with her form, it just seems like it's a knuckleball going up into the basket. Not very much rotation. Well, that one's got a little better rotation.
And that one goes down.
Yeah. So I jinxed her in the opposite way that time.
9 points for Lockett here in this one. 51 seconds to go in this third quarter. Parker.
Portage picking that full court pressure.
Got to get across the timeline, does so. Finds Beach. Beach driving to the left. Now finds Stilley. Free throw line extended. Here's Anderson. So Cut into the weave here, just trying to get some movement, open up some kind of a lane. Anderson on that left block is going to be called for the double dribble.
Yes.
Got a little too wild. This is what we see on
Coach
occasion.
Hanover better watch out. He's going to keep pulling out more hair out of his head. He's just rubbing his hands on his head. Hey, when we get old like that, it's, start pulling hair out.
I've definitely felt that stress. I know. It's just working games with you. Skip
that'll
pass
do
down
it.
to the block. Velasquez able to corral here. They've got 10 seconds to work with. Collins for three, just off the mark. Edgerton comes down. Is she out of bounds? They're going to call jump ball, which is going to stay here with Portage.
Getting a little chippy, a little physical out there under the basket.
Don't tell me these girls don't care early on in the year. 5 seconds to work with. Going to get the long-range pass in. Scott driving, skips it out. Velasquez for three. Back iron, and that's how the third quarter will come to an end. 41-23 your score. We got 1 quarter to go. You're watching Game 9 on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
Thinking about what to do after high school? Consider a career with Boilermakers Local 374. As a Boilermaker apprentice, you'll earn while you learn. We offer excellent wages and benefits, and as part of our no-cost hands-on apprenticeship program, you'll learn from the best in state-of-the-art training centers and on the job. Become a union Boilermaker and get on your way to a great career. Find out more, visit www.local374.org or call 219-845-1000.
IBEW Local 697 isn't just wiring buildings. We're woven into the very fabric of Northwest Indiana. We're your neighbors. Our kids go to school with yours. We stand in the same bleachers cheering for the same high school teams. When you hire a union electrician, you're not just getting the highest quality work. You're supporting our community. IBEW Local 697, proudly powering our own.
Welcome back to Game Night here on the Region Sports Network. 1 final quarter to go here at Portage High School between the Indians and the Hanover Central Wildcats. There's the whistle. There's the inbound into Anderson.
And the clock starts ticking.
And Anderson gives it up to Parker just off her fingers. See, I imagine you would do that because all the popcorn you've had so far in this game.
What, slippery hands?
Yeah, the slippery hands. I feel like that would be yours. Still, he comes up with an errant pass that skipped off the hands of Anderson and gets the bucket.
That nice little jump hook right there for Stilley. Having a night.
They could be a play of the game, right?
Yeah, how about
the pass skips off the hands of Anderson and then right into the hands of Stilley for a bucket.
Yep, mark
feeding
that
down to Beach. Kicks it out. Waiting to set up the offense. Velasquez all in the face of Parker. Strong defense from Velasquez down there. Beach stops. Parker drives left side. Puts up the floater. She gets fouled on her way up, so she'll go to the line. And there's definitely a little chippiness. There's some bumping and shoving going on.
Yes, there is. Coach, the referees are going to have to take care of that early on here. Coach Davis going to start running out of players. Going to have to ask some of the JV players to suit back up.
Yeah, that foul was on Scott, by the way, her fourth.
How many does that give Portage with 4?
So the first free throw for Parker is missed.
That's two players with 4 and 1 with 3 for Portage Indians.
Scott will come off with those 4 fouls. So we got Clark checking in here.
With 3 fouls.
There's more. We got 1 waiting at the table. They'll be in for the free throw shooter. It's the Portage band making a lot of noise. And Parker
rattling the free throw shooters.
Can't connect on that free throw. I was thinking they've been quiet most games, but then again, their team was shooting free throws down in their direction, so that would be why. Lockett, a strong defense from Anderson on her. Now they see the switch as Gonzalez gives it up. Collins tries to throw one up to maybe get a call.
Looking for the bailout.
Yeah,
got nothing.
She didn't get the bailout call as you were looking for, or as you were saying.
Yeah, she looks frustrated out there. A lot of good defense being played on her. Hanover plays very solid team defense.
Stilley going to bring it up across midcourt. Just trying to tell Anderson, hey, go that way. Anderson went the other way. And it's fine, yeah. Beach gives to Stilley. Right block. Floater. No good, but a foul
that
again.
Could be on Courtney Clark. That could be her fourth.
Yep,
yes,
it is
it is.
indeed. You were on it today. You wore the wrong glasses.
Yes, I did.
I'm impressed. Highly effective.
I appreciate it.
Yeah, Stilley.
Sorry, my cord's getting in your way there.
No,
Mr.
you're
Bradner.
good. You're good. Both free throws knocked down
Solid.
for Stilley. She is 5 of 10 from the free throw line tonight.
Coach is definitely not going to be happy with that.
You know what? Yes and no, but at the same time, I'm happy that she's. If I was the coach, I'd be happy she's getting to the line. It means she's driving to the basket.
Correct.
She's getting some good stuff. You're hoping for maybe and ones, but certainly driving to the basket with a purpose, putting it in, or trying to, obviously getting some contact. As the foul was called against Beach, so that'll be her second. Free throw, no good for Lockett.
Olivia Gonzalez checks out of the game. Looks like she's limping still a little bit from that first half injury.
Yeah, she had tweaked something running up into the bleachers. Beach tries to save this one,
Well
gives it
done.
Stilley.
Looks like she could play some wide receiver.
We were talking about football positions earlier. 6:03 to go in this one. Anderson drives while dribbling with the right hand, puts up her shot off the window, no good. Almost picks up a rebound. Is she able to? We're going to have a jump ball. And the possession arrow is going to favor Portage.
Yeah, number 11, Nadia Pond, checking back in.
Along with Simone Parker.
Oh, didn't see her check in.
That was the one next to her that was walking in.
Didn't see that. My glasses were blinded. One person we have not seen check out for Hanover is Sienna Stilley.
End line there for Collins.
And she just can't get a break tonight.
The Usman to inbound here. Parker getting around the press. Stopping at the top of the key. Now off to
nice
Pond.
feed.
Feed into Stilley. Tries to go up. Had it blocked. She gets her own shot back up. Now she gets fouled on her way up.
Nadia Pond with that nice feed to Stilley. Stilley works it around. Looks like gets a couple free throws.
And they're going to call it on Clark, and that's going to be her fifth. So Clark is officially out of the game. So Collins and Clark will step off. Whitehead and Gonzalez will step back on. Three fouls this quarter for Portage already. That one hits the back iron. Everyone was ready to go jump into the lane, but 2 shots.
And that put her at 5 for 11.
Does indeed. Look at you in that quick math. I'm
How about
impressed. Yeah, knocks that one down. So that makes it
6 for 12,
Look
50%.
Look at you.
Yeah, I was taught by Mr. Gustus. Now I'm on the honors mass to
Almost picked off, but this one will go out of bounds, and this will be Hanover ball.
Nice job. The defense causing another turnover. Hanover putting up a 22-point lead right now at 5:21 left.
So Hanover showing a good showing here in this one, still with a little over 5 minutes to go. And we'll have a foul going the other way, so a foul against Hanover here. We'll find out who.
Sure, illegal screen. Yep.
That's going to be on Sarkey. That's going to be her fifth, so she is done for the night as well. And Anderson will have to check into the game. I mentioned we have a partnership with Portage here this season, so We'll be here quite a bit calling the boys and girls basketball games and a host of other events as well, I'm sure. Yes is the answer to your question. Turnover here for Portage, so Hanover ball here with 5:03 to go. Anderson gets across half court. Parker, it wasn't tipped, it was tipped, so this one tipped away here, going up, and just a little too strong off the backboard. I believe that was Patterson there to try to put that one home. And the foul going to be... It's going to be against Lockett. That's going to be only her second foul of the game.
Again, getting a little physical out there.
But it is the fourth team foul for Portage, so if they were to foul, again, that's not an offensive foul. We go back to the line to shoot free throws. Still 4:43 left to go in this fourth quarter.
Yeah, Parker. Definitely. Hanover definitely in control of this game.
We're going to have a 30-second timeout. They may not have it. It may have to be a full timeout. It's got to be a full timeout, so we're going to step aside. You're watching. Nope, wait. Well, hold on a second. Nope, it's going to. I was going to say, okay, all right. We're going to step aside. You're watching Game Night here on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
Four Seasons Mechanical proudly serves Northwest Indiana, providing quality, reasonably priced, reliable service. With a quality and comfort guarantee, the professionals at Four Seasons Mechanical offer a wide range of services in heating, ventilation, and air conditioning. Whether it's residential or commercial, Four Seasons Mechanical is there 24/7. To find out more, the website is fourseasonsmechanical.com or give them a call at 219-756-7020. Four Seasons Mechanical, your indoor air quality specialist.
Can't wait for summer, but dreading the heat because your old AC let you down? Don't sweat it out this summer. Call Economy Electric Heating and Cooling. The professionals there can fix you up. Install a central air unit that'll last for years. Your family deserves to stay comfortable. And with a 24/7 emergency service, comfort is just a phone call away. Give them a call at 219-923-4441 or check them out on the web at 4ajobdoneright.com.
Welcome back to Game Night here on the Region Sports Network. 4:37 left to go in this one. Ball inbounded into Parker here. Crosses the timeline, matched up against Gonzalez. Trying to deny that middle. She stays on outside of the lane as Anderson drives to the free throw line.
Nice little weave up top, trying to burn some clock.
Pawn had given it up back to Parker now. Drives on that right side. We're going to have a foul here on the floor. So another whistle that we've seen quite a bit, and that's going to send Hanover to the line.
I'm going to hear those whistles in my nightmares.
No kidding. That's Whitehead called for her first foul of the game. So this will send Parker to the line. Looking for her first made free throw of the game. She's 0 for 3.
And she's at 25% right now.
Look at you. Yeah. If you're looking for investment ideas or stocks that you need to start watching, this guy here is the guy to talk to about those. And 2 for 2 from the charity stripe that time. Yeah. So that was the reverse announcer's jinx, I guess, right?
Well, I think that's one of the few things that Hanover hasn't done well tonight is definitely free throw shooting, which can easily be corrected.
You've got the magic formula for fixing it. That's going to be a foul here as Lockett trying to pass that one out. You got the magic formula to fixing free throws because I want that. I want that secret because we need it.
What I used to do was back when we had
when there was no bottom to the basket.
That's right. We used to make them do sliders back and forth across the free throw line. And then hurry up and shoot, and then as soon as they shot, then they would
That's going to be a kick ball.
Do some more sliders back and forth, touching the zone or the lane, back and forth. Try and burn up their legs as much as possible because that in a game, your legs are going to be burning.
Yeah, there's no question about that. You get tired. That's what I mentioned earlier, like early in the season, conditioning is something that's still developing over the course of over time. Anderson comes down with that rebound. fighting in there was McGowan trying to get that one, and this one going to be off the body of Patterson there. Good efforts there from Portage. So even though they're down on the scoreboard, they are not giving up the intensity.
Looked like that ball had a little grease on it. Nobody could get control of it.
Yeah. Or you were touching it after eating all that popcorn.
That's right.
That should be a backcourt violation, but
borderline.
Parker gives it up to Anderson. Waiting for Parker, but finds Pawn.
Nice job moving the ball around by Hanover. Trying to hit that
Pawn on the cut, trying to get over Scott, the defender, couldn't do it.
Well, it looked like she was trying to hit Brooklyn Utzman on the other side.
Scott was using all 5'8" of that frame, and Lockett with a nice move to try to go to the basket, but the teardrop shot doesn't fall, but she will go to the line. The foul against Hanover here.
Looked like that's Stilley's foul.
So Stilley picks up her second foul. She had picked up one early in the game.
I think it was within the first minute or two of the game.
Yeah, very early, and hasn't had one since, as Lockett can't hit the front end here. This one up, no good. Whitehead coming in for the rebound, and Velasquez can check in here. They're going to say it's going to stay with Hanover, yes? Yeah. Parker stays
Coach
in the
barking
game.
out some signals. I think he wanted them to slow it down and bring it out and run some offense.
Given to Stilley. Anderson, top of the key. Parker. Now, I haven't looked through the comments, but there may be some in their head that are, as we have an illegal screen, there may be some people that might be asking the question, okay, why are the starters still in the game for either team? Obviously for Portage, it's because you want to, get your players,
Well,
it's a conditioning.
They've got how many people with five
correct.
that have fouled out.
Well, yeah, absolutely. But at the same time, you want these players to continue to get effort. You want them with the playing time, right?
Yes.
Conditioning for later in the season as Anderson goes up and in.
And I think part of it's right there. You're working on some things defensively, and they're doing a nice job of that 1-3-1 trap. Trap right here in the corner.
They're going to stay off of Anderson, so it stays here with Portage. 2:25 left to go in this one.
I think a lot of it is just conditioning. I think you get a chance early on to work your players, and they don't have another. Hanover doesn't have another game until the 14th against 18th. Today's the 14th. All right?
Yes.
All right, there we go. That'll be at Lake Central, at Hanover. So I think, they've been rotating a lot of players in. He's gone deep into his bench. I wouldn't have to say he's probably gone at least 10 deep.
Yeah, I mean, pretty much everybody on the lineup has gotten into the game. Free throw is good for Scott, who is playing with those 4 fouls, but kind of needed to at this point.
I'm going to say Stilley's the only one that has not come out of the game for Hanover.
That is a strong possibility. Obviously, we don't have the monitor or anything to show us the official stats.
Oh,
yeah, that's going to be
travel.
Yep. Oh, they're going to call a jump ball, okay, which is going to still be Hanover ball, so that works. It looked like she had possession, but definitely some steps, but there was definitely a hand on the ball.
Right. I think about this time with 2 minutes left, yes, they definitely need to start pulling some players out.
Yeah, I'd say around this point, maybe a minute and a half, they're going to start because they don't want. Obviously, now you don't want to start risking injury potentially.
Correct. And this is only game number 3 in a long season, so yeah, you want to work on conditioning too. You want to work on some things offensively and defensively, but at the same time, it's all about the rest of the season. You got a long way to go.
And I would think that to an extent for Coach Gover, he's going to respect Coach Davis and his team. Coach Davis's team is still fighting very hard and aggressively and giving them a physical contest and not just rolling over and making it easy for them, as Patterson can't connect on the first free throw. So that's where, you want your players to also go up against this physicality, so that way when you meet up in physical play and the conference play, your team's ready.
Yeah, Hanover, 2 Doolin Conference schools back-to-back tonight, Portage, and then Lake Central next week.
So a lot of tough competition. That's what you want. I mean, you want to play some of the best. It's Parker. Finds Stilley at the top of the key. Again, all over them defensively. You kind of want it to an extent. You kind of want it you kind of want the physicality to an extent. It just makes your team tougher down the road. I'd be all for it. So Stilley to the line here. And she has gone to the line quite a few times tonight.
Yes, she has. She's definitely getting her work on her free throw shooting.
She has made 7. 7 of 14. 7 of 15, maybe? My number, if I can add, we'll see. Well, let's go ahead and take a look at our Crow Company's Lantern Man superhero of the game. The Crow Company's proud to recognize the superheroes on the basketball court. Where do you want to go with this one?
Yeah, we're going to go
Simmons?
with Simone Parker. Had a great night coordinating the offense as well as being the lead in the 1-3-1 trap defense. Doing a great job, causing a lot of turnovers, and just an overall great night, beating Steely inside as well.
Layla Bugs Lee just checked into the game and got a bucket just immediately like that. Very nice. Yeah. So nice spot there for Bugs Lee to get a bucket here in this one.
Yes.
Go ahead, Jay. Sorry.
I was just going to say, Simone Parker, great job pushing the ball up and down the court, playing some great defense, and also scoring how many points, Michael, you got her there for?
Got to see. 19 maybe?
All right, 19.
Yep, I got 19, and she's at the line right now and trying to get that 20th point. Can't get it on that particular free throw there. And then as soon as she shoots this, we'll tell you some of the other awards. As Stilley comes off the floor, it'll be Gia Lehman out onto the floor now. So Parker, free throw is up, hits the back iron. And let's go ahead and take a look at our Boilermakers Local 374 blue-collar player of the game.
In a losing effort, we're going to have to give it to Cameron Lockett for the Portage Indians. Doing a great job. Again, how many points on the night, Michael?
10 points.
Yep, and, she was sort of the mainstay when things were going wrong a little bit in the second half, but in the first half when things were going right, she was definitely in the lead. So they just got the young coach, they've got to put some stuff together, and Rich Davis in his first year here at Portage got to definitely put some pieces together as the season moves on, and I think she's going to be a big part of it.
Bugsley and 1. I don't know if our cameras could catch it or not, but Lockett, the one we just awarded our Boilermakers Local 374 blue-collar player of the game, up and cheering intensely. Got to appreciate that. Got to love that. So to the line for an and 1. Just checking into the game. And has 4 points. Rebound comes down to Hanover. Back up. Fighting her way back in it is Scott. So she will go to the line. That foul, by the way, had been against Beach. That was her third, and now the foul is against Lehman. That's her first. 39 seconds left to go in the game. Scott to the line. And just secured her 10th point of the game. I should say these stats are all unofficial. You're assuming that I know how to count.
Unofficial, official.
Yeah, the
Bradner.
Yeah, the unofficial tally here.
But the official RSN tally.
Sure, yeah. A lot of physical contact on that rebound attempt there. Velasquez comes up with it. Give into the corner. Patterson going up long range for three. Bugs Lee comes down with the rebound, kicks it out to Velasquez for three. Hers is long, trying to come down with the rebound. There's a scramble. It's out of bounds. It'll stay here with Portage. 24 seconds to go. Let's go ahead and name our proud Union Home play of the game presented by Ironworkers 395. To find out how you can become a Union Ironworker, visit ironworkers395.com.
And that came at 7:32 in the fourth quarter. And the pass went through three different players, a couple offense players, a defensive player, and Stilley ends up with the ball and does a nice little step and a little half hook jump shot right there and bangs it home for one of her.
A lot of points.
All right.
That's the official number is a lotta.
Yeah, so yes, and Stilley, what a great night tonight on the boards, taking the ball inside. She had a great night as well as Simone Parker. Both players shining tonight in the.
Well, we'll see how they are going to perform
in the Hanover Central's first victory of the season.
0-2 coming in, and that will wrap it up. A 51-31 victory for Hanover Central. Here on the road, so in the NCC, Hanover going to look to have a solid season. We appreciate you tuning in. Our executive producer is Chris Ramirez. Our operations manager is Rich Castillo. Our sales manager, Heather Ames. Coordinating producer is Zach Miller, and our sports director is Mike DeWan. Your broadcast crew tonight, myself, Michael Brenner, along with Jay Simmons. Joe Henrik is our producer, and Aaron Svetlin, our cameraman. Guys, great job tonight. Always proud and happy to work with you guys. Special thanks, Larry Govert for Hanover and Rich Davis for Portage, helping us get everything we needed for today's game. And, of course, the athletic directors, Ryan Bridges for Hanover and Brett St. Germain of Portage. For helping us get everything we needed for the game as well, and a great broadcasting location here. So thanks, Coach former Coach St. Germain, and of course all the viewers on the IHSAA Champions Network, Facebook, YouTube, and RegionSports.com. Without you all, we wouldn't be able to do what we do. So thank you very much for putting up with us and tolerating us. We appreciate it. We'll have more basketball for you tomorrow night. Have a good night, everybody. Stay tuned. It is a 51-31 final score for the Hanover Central Wildcats. You've been watching the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.